Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about firsts. President Trump is the first president out of 5 other prior incumbent presidents who won the primary vote and still lost the national election. Let's talk about that. Let's unpack that for just a moment. So doing a little research before the show today, President Trump won, think about this, 90% of the primary vote. And as it turns out, this is one of the highest in the history of America. It's higher than Dwight Eisenhower, higher than Nixon, higher than Clinton, and higher than Obama. So let's think about that. President Trump won over 90% of the primary vote during the primary elections, and he still lost. That doesn't happen. In fact, come to find out, President Trump is one of 5 incumbents since 1912. One of 5 to have received over 90% of the vote. And again, when that happens, an incumbent president doesn't lose a national election. Let's talk about another first. Another first is President Trump won every single bellwether county in America except one. Some place in the state of Washington, Clallam County. Clallam, C-L-A-L-L-A-M County in Washington. So here we have an incumbent president. He wins every bellwether county in the nation. What does bellwether county mean? It means that bellwether counties vote for the person that gets elected to be the next president of the United States. When in our history has an incumbent president won every bellwether county in the nation and still lost? And still lost. And he's as an incumbent. Let's talk about another first. No incumbent president in the past 150 years, a century and a half, no other president in a century and a half, 150 years, has gained 10 million more votes and still lost a re-election campaign. President Trump came in with 10 million more votes and still lost. That hasn't happened in more than a century and a half. So we have to ask ourselves, and Maria Bartiromo on her Sunday program on Fox News asked President Trump the question, so what is the path to victory? And the president points out it's the Supreme Court. But there's been a problem. In all the courts under the Supreme Court, judges are afraid to sit there and hear the evidence. There have been attorneys at law firms working and excited about working for the president and overturning the massive fraud and corruption by the Biden team that got scared. There were death threats. Can you believe it? That there are so many judges and attorneys who apparently have walked away from this that don't want to hear it and don't want to deal with it because of threats against their lives. I want you to take a listen to the president on Fox News just this Sunday.
You know, where Rudy Giuliani, you know, he takes a lot of heat. Let me tell you, that guy he has guts, because we've had lawyers that were afraid to go forward because they were threatened. Viciously threatened. We have lawyers, Maria, good lawyers, that had to leave the case in the middle because they were threatened, absolutely threatened, both psychologically and otherwise. And they left the case. Numerous firms, good firms doing a good job, and all of a sudden we end up having to scramble to get a case ready. What's going on is nobody's ever seen anything like this. It will take a brave judge or justice or both, Supreme Court justice.
Well, it sounds like if you can't be heard by the Supreme Court, you lose. Do you believe you will win this?
So here we have, ladies and gentlemen, a sitting president that's won more of the popular vote, 74 million votes, than any other prior incumbent president, 74 million votes. That is the largest in the history of a sitting president. And he lost the election. I think it's extremely important that all of us do our part, and I'm doing it through Twitter and phone calls, etc., to ask the Department of Justice, where are you? What are you doing? Are you investigating this? Are you investigating Dominion voting systems? Are you investigating? AG Barr came out last June and said, when you have mail-in ballots, they're so easily corrupted. And when Democrats pushed for the mail-in ballots way back in summer, something has happened. And we find ballots for President Trump, military ballots for President Trump, in garbage cans, thrown out in the street, thrown out in lakes and rivers. And in the meantime, we find out that software that's in these Smartmatic machines that are part of the software in these Dominion voting systems have been corrupted, have been hacked into, have been manipulated. We need to ask the Department of Justice, where are you? And oh, by the way, the FBI, which I consider to be corrupt, particularly after my late fiance was killed, and it's the end of November, we're starting December. He was found shot through the heart, through the chest, in February, on February 21st of this year. So where is the FBI? I heard the FBI supposedly did an investigation. So where's the answer? Where's the FBI on the what I consider to be one of the greatest fraud cases in the history of America, voter fraud cases in the history of America? Where is the FBI? The American people want to know. The American people are watching, and as the president said in that interview, the world is watching. Thank you for listening to the Denise Gary Show.
President Trump has correctly stated that economic security is national security. And in the Tehachapi Mountains of Kern County resides a United States defense contractor, Denice Products. Here is the Silicon Valley of the aerospace industry, right here in East Kern. Denice Products is a forward-leaning manufacturer and distributor of hardware sold to major defense and aerospace companies. We're talking about Boeing, Lockheed Martin, United Technologies, Northrop Grumman, Raytheon General Electric, and on the list goes, as well as to every United States ally worldwide, including Israel, America's most important strategic ally in the Middle East. And for everything that flies, Denice Products is providing the parts. And with me today is the president of Denice Products, Scott Baker. Hi, Scott.
How you doing?
You believe this corner of Kern County is the hub of the aerospace industry.
Well, this portion of Southern California here out in the Antelope Valley, it contains, some of the most cutting edge technology going on in aviation today. We have some of the UCAS programs with unmanned technologies going on. We have Edwards Air Force Base out here who's doing continual testing in their area. We have the Naval Weapons Station up there at China Lake doing some fantastic cutting edge stuff, cruise missile technology. Those things are going on. We have Scale Composites locally doing a lot of composite technology, which is new. We have SpaceX, which is a private entity putting things into space now. This area is the growth center for aviation's future. This is the area I think that as a nation we need to be concentrating some of our effort and taking this technology. And as we all know, with the space program from Apollo years ago, out of these technologies, we the private sector are going to reap some of the benefits of that.
Thank you, Scott. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Baker, president of Denice Products. Denice Products, located in the beautiful mountains of Tehachapi, California, in eastern Kern County, is home to some of the most innovative and specialized technologies in the world, including those at the U.S. Naval Air Warfare Center, Weapons Division at China Lake, Edwards Air Force Base, as well as Stratolaunch, launching satellites capable of delivering multiple orbits in a single flight to space. And it is Denice Products that has provided the manufactured devices, and the president, Scott Baker of Denice Products, Marine Corps veteran, reactivated on 9/11 to monitor threats to the homeland, is carrying on a tradition of providing for the security of the United States by manufacturing every kind of fastener on anything that flies, as well as providing a full testing destructive laboratory. Contact Anita's Products, now in business for 30 years, at 661-822-6873. Located at 1314 Goodrich Drive in Tehachapi for your manufacturing and testing needs today.
I want to tell you about a place I love to go, Frugatti's Italian Restaurant. Very few locations here provide seating outside in front of a fabulous water fountain with an atmosphere that is reminiscent to me of eating outdoors in Venice. This is real Italian food by real Italians. And what makes it even more so is owner Ralph Frugoletti, who nearly a quarter century ago brought a wood fire oven from Milan, Italy to make, like his mother, fresh homemade bread and pizzas. Moreover, Frugatti's Restaurant offers you not only the very best in Southern Italian cooking, even importing the finest ingredients for authentic Italian food, including a fitness menu. After all, Ralph has represented the United States and Italy, competing in the Master Championship Games. He knows all the right food for good fitness, so check out the menu. After today's broadcast, run over to Frugatti's Italian Restaurant and Catering at 600 Coffee Road here in Bakersfield. And after a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday service, stop into Frugatti's for a great lunch. And for dinner, there is live music every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll see you there, and tell Mr. Ralph Frugoletti that Denice sent you. Salute. Buon appetito.